So if you know what are the skills needed, you can initiate a relationship by saying these are the skills that both of us will need, and let's try. So this is where two things can happen, where which is you would either say yes or no. Now a lot of people even have difficulty to say yes. They would think that what if I say yes now, later what if I cannot do this, and etc. Guys, yes is a sweetest word, and if you stick around until the last, I will give you a clear instruction on how to say yes and how to say no. It is a must to initiate a relationship. You should be clear about the mutual benefits that you are offering and the clear roles that this relationship will have. Now, secondly, how do we expand an already existing relationship? So, expanding an already existing relationship is about expanding mutual benefit. This is how you grow in a relationship. Once you have achieved a certain level of mutual benefits, the human tendency to grow and improve, like Guru Pashupati says, desire is just a blessing of baby. So it is natural to have desires, and as a human race, we grow and get big because of desires. So automatically, if the relationship is going well, you will have desire to improve the relationship. And expanding a relationship is about increasing benefits. So whatever benefits that you already have, you're going to acknowledge them, and you're going to add more benefits to it. Okay. So you will acknowledge, saying that okay, we have evaluated this relationship, and by the way, evaluation of a relationship, guys, is one of the important things you have to do often. That is how you know that if a relationship is going well. Evaluation can be many things, but the easiest way to evaluate if a relationship is going well is by checking the mood. So if you check the mood of the relationship of both parties in the relationship, it's in good mood, which means that the relationship is usually going good. So you evaluate and say, I mean, you've been doing great, and do you have any feedback for me? And they say that you are also doing really well. Then I think then you can say, I think now we can actually take this relationship to another level, another new horizon we can explore together by increasing benefits for both of us. This is how you expand an existing relationship. The third part of a relationship you may be in is where you want to diminish a relationship. So by the way, diminishing doesn't mean that you're ending the relationship, guys. For a lot of people, diminishing itself, when you say I'm diminishing a relationship, they might get angry because they don't understand this. Okay, so like I said earlier, once you evaluate a relationship, and let's say that scenario is different. When you evaluate a relationship, you found out that some of the mutual benefits that you were expecting from each other was missing. So how do you address this? Always remember that in a relationship, you have the right to bring your vulnerabilities, your pain into the table. And if the other person is bringing a pain, you should know how to resolve that. Comes under conflict resolution. So what do you do if someone is bringing their pain to the table? Remember the first three things that I've said all the time. You should not resort to personal attack. You always talk about skills, missing skills. What are the missing skills? How can I improve? How long will it take for me to get those skills? You set clear timelines. Okay. So, and then when you set timelines, it looks like that timeline is too long and there are some other problems that might come in between. Then you can say that, you can either say that, okay, this timeline is good, so we need to take courses for this. Maybe we need to go, we don't have these skills, so we need to find someone who has these skills, and then going to join that course I'm going to find a mentor who will mentor me, etc. And for the meantime, we can diminish this relationship, we can reduce the engagement in this, and then we can come back together at a later time where both of us are more equipped to bring mutual benefits to each other. This is what you call diminishing a relationship. This is not the end of relationship, this is an actually a positive thing that both of you have noticed that there are improvements that can be made, and both of you agree that this will increase the benefits for the both of us. So we are going to focus on those skills, right? That is diminishing a relationship. And the last part is where, which is ending a relationship or termination of a relationship happens when the same scenario happened, that both people has brought up their pain to the table, and you have set a timeline where you have to learn a lot of skills to improve this. And then while evaluating the timeline to achieve these skills, you notice that or one of the person feels like, okay, maybe I won't be able to do this, it's too much of things, too much for me to learn that many skills in this particular amount of time, I have other things to do, so it is not possible for me. Then you can bring this to the table and say, this, see, this is the scenario, this is the situation, I don't think that I can have these skills. Guys, again, this could be a bit more tense situation, but the thing you have to remember always is that you're only talking about skills. For example, one person is saying it's too much for me to learn these skills, I won't be able to do. Then the other person can actually resort to personal attack by saying, you really don't want to do it, you are stupid, that's why you cannot learn these skills. Guys, if you resort to this, then you will not be able to solve anything. And in the first place, if you think that this person won't be able to achieve the skills that needed for your relationship, then why the hell did you actually engage with this person in the first place, right? That's why you should have a clear idea before you engage with that person. You should know that what are the skills that I am looking for in a person, what are the mutual benefit that I want. Then you screen them before you engage. You look if are they able to meet this. Once you engage, you should never say that you won't be able to do it, okay? You should never say that. If the other person should admit, so when you're talking, you will only say, okay, this, I want this, I want you to develop this skill, okay, this is the timeline that I'm looking for. And then you give chances. If you want chances, you give chances to the other people. There, always remember, there is nobody who can do the 100%. Nobody, including you. Everyone make mistakes, right? So if you, again, if you want to get chances, you must be able to give chances. So, and in that case, then the other person admits that, hey, I won't be able to do this. If this is where you terminate the relationship and you stay in good terms after that. Doesn't have to be really bad, guys. Okay, so these are the 4 stages that a relationship goes through. I'm pretty sure that you understood this. You can ask me in the comments if you want me to improve something or explain something in detail. This actually, guys, is from Guru Pashupati's masterclass in communication video. I learned these things. So if you want to go look up that, you can look up. It's a bit long video. I have made it into a more shorter version. And I have used this with my parents to build agreements with my friends, with my relatives. Guys, I've improved so much in my relationships. So I hope that you can do the same. And I believe in you, all of you can do this. And one thing I have to remember also is that these are all like technical knowledge about how to improve a relationship. And there's one factor outside of all this, regardless of you do all of this correctly, some relationship may not go forward if there is another factor, which is grace.